Okay. Our last thing that we need to review is our prelim. So in this case, I'm going to use this one. So the date that this prelim is effective of, September 30th, if it's within 90 days of that date, then it's still good. If, for example, this was back in July, then we need an updated prelim till this date is updated. And now it's because if it's not, then we can't use it. It's outdated. We need an updated prelim. Okay, so in this case, this is last month, September 20th. It's still good. Any delinquent property taxes. So if you scroll down to where the property taxes are, if it's delinquent, it'll show it here. I actually have with this one here, I think an old file that we had, it was showing delinquent like this. So this one here was showing that this tax was delinquent. So we would put yes on this one. The most recent one, it's no longer delinquent. We don't have it anymore. Okay. If it, in that case, this previous one, if this is the most recent one and it's showing delinquent taxes, then they need to be paid off at closing. So it needs to reflect in our settlement statement. In the ESS that we get from escrow, in one of these fees here, it has to have our property delinquent taxes. On a purchase, it doesn't matter who pays it, the seller or the buyer can pay for it. On a refinance, well, obviously the buyer is the one who has to pay for it. And it has to be paid prior or at closing. If they get paid prior or outside of our closing, we need to get proof that they got paid before it can be removed as a delinquent and not paid through closing. For purchase properties, some refinance, they also require us to get an SI clearance. This SI clearance, for the most part, I've seen it required from Rocket. So anywhere we submit Rocket, they will make sure we get this SI clearance. You just reach out to the escrow officer and request an SI clearance for all borrowers. Sometimes they'll send you a form, a statement of information to be filled out by the borrower. Sometimes they will ask for a 1003. Once they get the information from title, they will provide us a title supplement clearing the SI. Okay, if it's a refinance, we have to make sure that our loan is showing on the file, on the prelim. So what that means is that the lien on the property or the loan is showing on here. So this deed of trust secured, the seller's lien right here, this is what is going to be paid off, essentially. If this property was for a refinance, we have to make sure that our mortgage matches this right here. If there's any issues with the chain of title 24 months, so I look for this set of covenants and conditions. If this is stated within older than 24 months, 2 years, we're good. If for whatever reason there is something that has been, that there's been an issue that hasn't been the full 2 years, then we need to get the title chain for the last 2 years from escrow. Okay. Again, any other liens being recorded, if there's any solar, if there's a second mortgage lien, meaning a HELOC or HELoan, or a silent second, meaning they did some type of down payment assistance that has a silent second, those are all liens on the property as well. And they have to be recorded. Just like this is here recorded, that's our mortgage, you'll see other liens of whatever it is. If it's a solar, then we have to request for the subordination, or if it's going to be paid off, we need the payoff demand, or will the UCC termination document. If there's any HELOCs, again, it'll show the loan amount for that HELOC, who the lender is for. Again, depending on what type of refinance we're doing, if that HELOC is going to be paid off, then we need to also request payoff statements for that HELOC. If it's, you will also see some possibly child support liens. If there are any child support liens, we need to reach out to the LO and request for documents regarding that child support. If it's already been paid off, then we need documentation that it's been paid off so that way it can be removed. If they have any like taxes, personal taxes liens, it could also reflect on here. And again, in order for it to be removed, we need documentation that it's been paid off. Our plat map. Most prelims will have this plat map all the way to the end of this. So this one doesn't seem like it has a plat map. Oh, it's in the middle. So what this plat map is, it just shows an overview of the street. So this is one street, this is another street, and it's telling us where the home is. Okay, if this map is not in our prelim, then we have to request it from title and get this plat map. Some I've seen that are, I think it's Chicago. Yes, the Chicago title. I've noticed that they have this live look. If you click on here, it'll take you to their website and you can actually look for the plat map. Or in this case, you can look for property taxes, but they have this map here, plat map, and you can download it yourself. If for whatever reason it wasn't in the file, which it is towards the end. Like I said, most prelims will have it towards the end. At the end, some it'll be in the middle of the file. So I usually just scroll through the end. If I don't see it, then I'll scroll slowly through the up till I find it. If we don't have it again, some prelims, I've noticed it a lot on this Chicago title. They have this live link and we can download it ourselves. If we don't have that live link and we don't have this plat map, then just reach out to escrow and request that plat map. We need to check the property type. So in this case, this property here is supposed to be a PUD. So I Control F to search and I just put said land. And then I just go through all the times that it says said land. So okay, so like for example, this note here, it says no conveyance affecting the said land recorded within 24 months of the date of the report. That's one of the things that you can look for as well regarding this chain of title issue. Okay. So this last said land that I'm referring to, it says it here, said land, a single family located with the planned unit development, being said that this property is a PUD. So yes, if it's not, we know it's a PUD when it's only showing as a single family, then we need to get a title supplement to correct this. So that way, when it gets recorded to the county, when we fund our purchase file, the property type is going to be updated to a PUD. And then we need to make sure that the property address on our file is reflecting correctly. So in this case, this property, if it has a unit number and it's missing the unit number, again, we need to get a request title for the credit supplement to request this property type, or not the property, the address to reflect the correct unit number. So in this case, we'll click yes. If no, did you request credit supplement? That's going to be NA. And then if this needed a direction, we would need to request it if this didn't have it. Again, I'll change these two, but I would just get one title supplement to update the address to reflect properly. Any questions?
None for me.
Okay, so I believe Gia is going to start assigning you guys starting tomorrow to what's it called? To start doing the PTD reviews.
Brandon, quick question on the checklist. If we don't have all those documents, how does it work? Do we just wait for all the documents to come in to do the checklist, or can we do it even if we don't have all the documents and then just do the rest later when we have the documents?
So once we have all the documents and we have our folder, we'll share that folder, and Gia's going to assign, for example, lastly, right? She's going to assign you to do PTD review, and you're going to do that PTD review on all the files within that folder. If we don't have, for example, the credit and the credit refresh, like I said, those are done only on certain lenders. Not all lenders require it. There's only like maybe one or two lenders that require it, and we don't submit to them as often. You can just put NA on all of it.
Okay, good.
If, for example, it's going to depend. So that PTD review is going to be for every time you get assigned to do that PTD review. If we get as much documents as we can, and then we do the review and submit it, and then it comes back with missing items or new items that we need to provide as conditions, then we're going to have a second PTD review.
Got it.
Okay. So it could be where we have several PTDs that needs to be reviewed that we are going to send to the lender. Okay. Any other questions?
That's it for me.
Okay. Vivian, Joanna, do you guys have any questions?
Maybe when we do the actual test, we're going to throw you some questions regarding the PTD review.
Go.
Okay. All right. So I know this one was a longer training, but if you guys have any questions, let me know. And then, like I said, I believe starting tomorrow, where you guys are going to start getting assigned. Okay.
Yep, sounds good. Thank
and
you,
then
Brandon.
Once you finish that checklist, just make sure you submit it. I'm going to see if we can add to show what file it's being referred to, because right now I don't think there's any way for us to notify or to see what that PTD review is for, which specific file. So that's something I'm going to check. Okay.
So even if there is some missing documents, we need to submit the form.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You guys don't have any other questions? That is it for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.